Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks, and in this video we're going to set up the Google Pixel 9a. If you haven't already, you can watch the unboxing where we show you the contents of the box and get the phone out of the box. That's already available on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel. But in this video we're going to take my SIM card, we're going to set up the smartphone as if it were a new smartphone, and get it all up and running. As usual, a link in the description where you too can purchase the Google Pixel 9a. It is a link where you would be supporting the Tech Travel Geeks if you purchased anything using that Amazon link, so thank you in advance if you do. But let's get underway and set up the Google Pixel 9a. First things first, I'm going to take my SIM ejector tool and pop it in the little hole, not the microphone hole beside it, but the actual hole in the SIM tray. I'm going to pull that out. This is a single SIM tray. The Google Pixel 9a does support eSIM, and I'm going to pop my SIM card in here. Great. So that's clicked in nicely. I'm now going to insert that tray into the device. There we go. And that's it, nice and simple. And I'm going to long press the power button, which is on the side of the device above the volume rocker, to switch it on. Now, as I said in the unboxing video, this is the iris color, I believe, of the Google Pixel 9a. And interestingly, the theme of the Google setup experience is coloured to the colour of the device. So it's already selected English United Kingdom. I'm going to get started. Do I want to set this up using another device? Really? No, I'm going to skip that because I want to set this up as if it were a new phone. I always enjoy that go through the new phone pain of setting things up, because at the end of the day, once you've tuned it and set it up nicely, it's more satisfying in my view. And I've unboxed and set up quite a lot of smartphones over time. So I do have multiple networks here. I'll just set up my Wi-Fi. Great, so that is the Wi-Fi setup, and the first thing you can see is that the Google Pixel 9a is already speaking to the Google servers in the cloud, setting itself up, just seeing if there are any updates and what configuration to set up. So that's underway at the moment. And then we have a question, who are you setting this up for? So you could set this up for a child. This allows you to set up parental controls and so on. But in this case, I'm going to go for myself because I'm a grown-up, allegedly. And we'll see what the setup experience is. It's a bit simpler to set things up. Next up, I'm going to enter my Google account. Great, so this is two-step verification. Don't try using this on my account because I've obviously already set this up and this is not going to work for you. But essentially you use your other phone to set up two-factor authentication, and you need to confirm the number that's on the screen as well as tap everything else. So that's done. In Google I trust. Next up I need to set up a personal identification number, a PIN code. Great, that was relatively painless. Next up, it's going to give us the option to set up a fingerprint. This allows your phone to be easily unlockable, and I'm just going to tap on the screen. This is slightly newer than previous Google setup experiences I've had. I don't think I've ever had one with the picture out of the fingerprint like that. And now it's suggesting I do the other side of my finger. And there we go. So that should be the fingerprint added. I can add more later if I wish to. Next up, we'll set up Face Unlock. Yes, in Google we trust. That's it, easy. You just move your head around to do it. Then it says, now you can use your face to unlock your phone or verify that it's you. Okay. So let's skip lock screen, that will take us straight in. Next up, it's suggesting that I copy apps and data from another device. I'm going to do this later. Now it says do it later, not skip. And when I get prompted to do it later, I'm actually going to ignore that. But anyway, next up, we need to approve that we're going to use location, allow scanning of Wi-Fi devices for understanding where you are, use biometrics to verify purchases, install updates and apps, and send usage and diagnostic data. As I said earlier, and I've said in many videos over the years, in Google we trust. Do we want to back up our pictures and content? Yes, we do. Limited warranty. I need to scroll all the way down to United Kingdom. Scroll down to the bottom, close, and then go to next. Discover Google AI at its best. Circle to Search, Gemini, all these tools that I've been using for quite a while. But if this is a new smartphone to you, this might actually be useful to you. Do I want to get to know Gemini? Yes, let's use Gemini. Do we want car crash detection? Yes. Touch wood, I don't have to use that, but it's a nice thing to have on your smartphone, just in case you do need it. And then let contacts nearby find and share with you. Okay, contacts, people who I do know will be able to do that. I agree to that. As I've said before, in Google we trust. Okay, that was relatively painless. I've now set up my card, which was on my previous Google devices, and it's now verifying this with my bank card. It then tells me that my screen lock will be used for contactless payments. That's fine. It's actually quite handy having Google Pay for this sort of thing. It says almost finished adding your card. For security, your banks want to make sure this card is yours. You'll get a reminder to complete this step. Great, then you have options to do other things. In this case, to set up instant translations, identify music. Yes, we do want instant translations. Okay. Identify music on my device. Yes, I love this feature on Google Pixel devices. It's really quite cool. Prepare for an emergency, change how text displays, add an extra email. No, I think this is all good. We'll leave everything else as is default. And then it will tell me that I'm setting things up. You also have the little tutorial on how to use gesture navigation on the Google Pixel 9a. And how to swipe up. Great. Go back, swipe from the left. That's something I'm quite adept at. And then switch apps. Fantastic. So we're all set to go. I have gesture navigation set on by default. We will be doing a dedicated video on how to switch gesture navigation off or on, depending on what your preferences are. But Google also obviously believe that that is the version of navigation that you should be getting. So we're on the home screen of the Google Pixel 9a. That's fantastic. Relatively painless setup. As you can see, it's around about 10 minutes, including the time to type in passwords and add payment cards to Google Pay. Obviously, this device has just come out of the box. We'll need to start off by doing some updates, and there's already a bunch of updates happening in the background. We'll let that go on in the background. Whilst that's happening, let's check the settings for this device. If I pull down, we've got all the rapid settings here, my Wi-Fi, do not disturb, torch, and so on. You obviously have the option to switch your device on and off using the power button at the bottom of the screen, and it's all pretty straightforward, so all good here. Let's go into the details of the device, display and touch. Now I do want to have adaptive brightness on, dark theme on. This is all good. That's fantastic. So auto rotate screen, I'm going to have that on. I really do find that useful. And you can also raise the display refresh rate up to 120 Hz if that's something you want to do. It will use a little bit more of your battery, but it is an option. So if you want to have that super smooth experience on the Google Pixel 9a, you can set that up. Great, so let's have a look at the app drawer. No bloat, just the basic Google apps in here, no extras, nothing fancy. That's not a problem. What I'm going to do is, obviously stuff is updating in the background. I'm going to go to settings, and another thing we're going to do is check and see if there are any system updates. So software updates. There is a pending update happening in the background that started off automatically. That's great to see. And as usual, Google Pixel devices usually get Android updates sooner than other devices. Not only that, the Google Pixel 9a promises up to 7 years of operating system and security updates, which is really, really impressive. That means that the Google Pixel 9a will still be getting updates all the way into 2031. Who knows what the world is going to be like by then, but if you look after the Google Pixel 9a and treat it well, it should still be going in 2031, which is mind-boggling in many ways. Anyway, first impressions, the Google Pixel 9a seems to be fast, responsive. It's a lovely, lovely device. I'll just install a few apps that I do use. So, obviously, from Google's stable, there's some apps that are not already installed. So, do I want Google Chrome? That's already installed. That's great. We've got YouTube, Google Calendar, Google Chat. That's not installed. So I do use this to speak to friends. Google Maps is installed, Google Photos is installed. The phone is installed, great. Gmail, Google TV, Messages, Google Slides, Google Assistant. I might need to type in Keep because that's the one I use a lot for notes, and it's already being updated. Fantastic. So Google-wise, we've got everything. Now, I no longer use Twitter, which is now referred to as X. I use Threads. You can find me on there as Todoleo. And obviously, if I'm installing that, I might as well install Reddit, Facebook, Messenger, that's definitely a useful one, Telegram, LinkedIn, no, not on this device, I'm not going to be using it for work. Instagram, we'll need to install that. WhatsApp, not really. Amazon Prime Video, yes, I'm watching quite a lot of content on there at the moment. Netflix. I think I've got all the core apps here. Let's just go back and check the Amazon stable. So the Amazon in the Google Play Store. Obviously I do shop using Amazon. Audible, definitely something I use. Do I shop with Temu? Well, not really, but I do review items from Temu, and you can find a link in the description to where I do review and have an affiliate link with Temu. And so if you'd like to support Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube, you can do so by subscribing to us, but you can also do your shopping if you're already going to be buying something on Temu using our link in the description. So thanks in advance if you do that. Amazon Fire TV. I think that's everything. This is all the basic. Oh wait, probably the most used app that I use on the sofa is IMDb. IMDb. There we go. Install. Great. So I've got everything I need here. I'll reorganize things a little bit. Put all my social apps into one folder. So Facebook into there, Instagram into there, Reddit into there. Next up, I'll put my chat apps in. I'm going to move messages up and then put Telegram into Messages, Messenger, Google Chat, and then just pop that down into my address bar. And then we still have space for one. I'm going to put that here. Now it's a 4 icon setup. There we go. So this is the way I like having my dock. Phone on the left, camera on the right, messaging in the middle left, and social apps in the middle right. Google Photos and Gmail at the top. That's how I like having my home screen. Simple. And I could scroll if I wanted to, but we'll leave things as they are. Great, that's the Google Pixel 9a pretty much set up. There's a few little things like the OS update and app updates in the Play Store, but I think we can call it a day with this video. As I said earlier, thank you for watching this video. If you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. We cover consumer electronics, gadgets, accessories, anything else we think makes the travel experience better. And we will be continuing this series of videos about the Google Pixel 9a with some how-to videos explaining how to perform actions on the device. If you'd like to see some gaming performance videos on the Google Pixel 9a, let us know in the comment section below. And if you have any questions, if there's anything you think I've missed out on, please do let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to get back to you. Who knows, if it's a good comment, good question, we might do a dedicated video answering that. But for now, thanks for watching if you made it this far, and goodbye from me.